Hi, my name is Eric Wiegand, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about my internship experience over this summer. For 2 months, I worked at SC Global Group, which is a healthcare consulting startup company based in Charlotte, North Carolina. As for orientation, there was none. I started a week after other interns and learned by doing what they were doing, and eventually taking on my own projects. As for learning objectives, these were the two most important. I learned how to grow revenues and cut costs for companies who had hired us. I also learned how to analyze, research, and summarize healthcare industry related information. For my experiences, these were three most important projects that I worked on. For the Haiti project, we worked with a company who was trying to construct hospitals in Haiti, and we worked to optimize their operations there. For the helicopter company, who sold helicopters to large hospitals, we worked to incorporate smaller hospitals into their models. And finally, for the prison system, we worked with a company who did everything from rehabilitation of prisoners to healthcare. And we helped a company who was just in healthcare to merge with the healthcare aspect of the prison company. Because of my NDA agreements, I cannot go into much more detail than this. As for teamwork, I worked with many older people as well as other interns from different cultures and countries. My boss was from Russia, and I worked with two other interns who were both French. This gave me a global perspective which will help me when dealing internationally as well as in just with other ethnicities, cultures, and countries in the future. As for industry learning, as well as my own personal learning, I gained a lot of healthcare knowledge as I had previously had no experience within it. I knew that I worked well with teams, but it solidified my understanding of working with other people. I also learned how to deal with ambiguity. In a startup, ambiguity is a large part of it, and I learned how to set my own schedules and figure out what needed to be done. Having done this internship, I probably will not pursue a career in the healthcare industry, as it was not as interesting to me as some other topics. Some courses that really helped out were entrepreneurship classes, communications, MIS, and marketing. These all helped me a lot when trying to make sales, in dealing with the startup environment, and just basically communicating with others within my company and outside the company. Some retrospective changes that I would make is I would have voiced my opinion sooner. Because my boss was very good about making changes based on what the interns thought, I should have done this earlier, and the company would have gone in the direction that it went earlier than it had. I'll kind of talk on this a little bit later. I wish I had established a clear plan sooner, because a lot of the ambiguity at the beginning would have been bypassed by doing this. Finally, I would have created metrics to track the progress and see how the company was evolving as I was working with it. Some expectations versus reality. One of the things that I expected was the clear direction of the company. And instead what happened was constant changing of thinking by the management. And as I had said earlier, a lot of the suggestions that I had made were actually followed through on and made the company what it is today. What I expected was tasks assigned by management, and instead I was creating to-do lists and submitting them to my boss to be approved, which wasn't what I expected at all. I expected commission based on sales, and what actually happened is I didn't make any money because these sales aren't just selling petty items, they're selling thousands of dollars worth of services. And so these sales take a long time to do. And so I did not finish making my sales by the time the internship was over. I expected to play an intern role, and instead I ended up playing a management role, leading a lot of the other interns and a lot of the full-time employees as I worked there. Next steps for me, this was great startup experience, which is great because I plan to run my company, Additive Habitat, for the next decade or so, which deals in the 3D printing industry. It doesn't necessarily have any healthcare ties, but the startup experience was definitely a great way to show me how to run my company, and some of my experience has shown me how not to run my company. This being said, I will still attend job fairs and apply for jobs in marketing and sales to run simultaneously to my own company. I can use the do's and don'ts that I learned to thrive in both the startup community in my own company and also in a workplace environment. So, I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and if you have any questions, feel free to email me at ewiegand2@elon.edu. Have a great day.